Hello everyone, welcome to kot.eduhub. In today's episode, we'll be looking at one popular app for creating diagrams called draw.io. Draw.io helps you to create online and offline diagrams. It has two versions. We have the open source, that's the free version, and then the paid version. The free version, gives you access to almost all the basic features required to create a high quality diagram. So you don't have to necessarily have the paid version to be able to use the app. But what the paid version does is it gives you extra features like collaboration, among others. All right, so what we are going to do is to download the app, install it, and then we go through basic features, how to use this app in the next few minutes. So let's check it out. So first, we have to download the app, draw.io. All right, so no, not this. All right, so you come here. I'll share the link to the app in the description section, so you can easily click on it and get the app. So you click on download, then you navigate down. All right, so draw.io, Windows installer. All right, so after downloading, you install the app. Easy to install. After installing, we open it. Draw.io. All right, so when you open, this is the first feature you encounter, whether you want to create a new diagram or open an existing diagram. Language, you can change the language, whichever language you want. We're working with English, so all right, so we are creating new diagram. You click on it, and then this panel gives you options to either select from templates. All right, so you come to basic. We have different templates you can work with. So we have the class diagram, flowcharts, the organograms, the organ charts, the sequence diagrams, and so on. All right, so you come to business too. They have templates for business diagrams. All right, so if you want fishbone, whatever, you can click on it and then you start editing. All right, they also have charts, different types or different forms of it. Cloud. All right, so they have various templates you can take a look at. Engineering, right? They have different flow charts. Okay, they have maps that you can work with. So if you want to work with templates, just take your time and go through what is here, and then select the one that fits the diagram you want to create. Then you start editing. All right, so they have interesting templates here you can explore. All right, so if you don't want to work with this, later on we'll take one of, all right, let's do that. Let's pick one of the templates. Say this. All right, okay, so we have this template. If you want to edit, it's easy to edit. You can just click on it, double click on it, and then it highlights. You can type whatever you want to enter here. Let's say head. All right, so you can edit this to fit your need. You can even change the color. All right, so if you want to change the fill color, you make sure you select the whole shape, then you come down here, fill and line. So you could see that whatever you select, you see that it fill shows here. All right, so you click here, you can easily change the color. So fill, you can change the fill color to any of it. Right, so you see, yeah, So you have options to work with when it comes to the template, so you can edit it to suit your need. All right, and then these ones you can move. All right, they are all movable. So you just have to look for a template that suits your need, and then you can alter that template to your need. All right, so that is the use of the template. It's very easy to use. You can do whatever you want to do, and you can explore more. If you click on the shape, you could see that we have line. Maybe I would like to change the line color. Let me make it more. See that the line color has changed, the border. All right, so you can do a lot of things to your shape here. And then the text, if you want to change the font, all right, so you double click on it, then you come to style, different styles, and then the size. All right, you can increase it as much as you want. All right, so you can do a lot of things with this. Pretty simple. All right, but I want us to go through some few things when you want to start your own diagram. So let's go through the tabs, the menus. All right, so we get familiar with it. So we have the file, edit, view, arrange, extras, help. So with the file, there are some few things to note here. So if you want to create a new work page, click on new, and this will open. So if you want to create a new one, all right, so you can do that. Then if you want to open an existing one with your recent works you've done, will display here. Save as, they are usual commands in most apps. Then you can import an image, all right, into draw.io, and then this is where you can export. You can export to PNG, that is the JPEG, raster images, or the vector images VG. All right, so if you don't know the difference between the raster and the vector images, I've covered a video on it. You can check it out. I will share the link in the description section. All right, so embed, new library, open library, properties, and then page setup. All right, so let's focus more on the page setup. There are some few things to note here. You can change the page size. All right, so in this case, this is the page size, the grade, right? You see where the grade ends. So this is the page size, right? So in the event that maybe your shape or your diagram is getting bigger than the page size, you can increase the page size by going to file and then go to page setup. Right now it's A4. You can set it to any page size you want, either A2, A3, right? Then you work with it. So that's something you should note about the file tab, right? It also has a print as usual and then close. So that's it. Edit doesn't have that much. I mean, undo, copy, paste, edit data, and some few other things. All right, so that is it for the menus. Yeah, pretty simple to take note. Now let's come to the window or the display here, the canvas. All right, so we could see two major or three parts. All right, we have the left part, we have the main working space, and then the right. So let's look at the functions of it. So with the left part of it, they have other commands here that you can explore. You have general commands, mask commands that, I mean, these are all shapes that if you want to use for your diagram, you can select or you can pick from it. So we can pick this. This is how to do. You can click on it and it will appear on the working space, or you can drag and drop it. Right, it works in both ways. Okay, All right, so depending on the kind of diagram you want to draw and then the shape you need, you can do that. Okay, so you click on it and it will appear on the worksheet. Okay, you can also, expand the shape like the usual shapes in most of the apps. All right, so it's pretty simple to use. You can do so many things to it. If you want to add text to a shape, there are two ways to do it. You can double click on the shape and then you see that the insertion bar will show. All right, so you double click on the shape and then you can type your letter. All right, you can increase the fonts and so on. All right, so that is one. And then you can also add text from the general um, group of commands. All right, so text is here. You can drag and drop it onto whatever you want to, and then you can add your text to as well. So let me increase the font. All right, so what happens is that when you add the text using this text, when you move the shape, all right, if you don't group it and you move the shape, it will, one will move. You can't move all of them together, all right, because you brought them separately. But with this, the one you double clicked on the shape to insert the text, when you move the shape, you are moving the text as well. All right, and then in the event that you want to link shapes, so let's assume I have this and I want to share some arrow. All right, linking this. All right, so you just hover on the image and you see that the arrows will appear at the edges. All right, okay, so that is telling you can put the arrow to a shape up, a shape on the right, a shape on the left, a shape down. All right, and what this does is whenever you move the image, you have your shape connected. All right, you have your shape connected. And then if you want to, so I've shown you how to change the color. So you click on this, you see the various colors. You can change the fill to whatever color you want. All right, so let me change this to a different color, then we can. All right, so you see we have different colors. You can play with this. You can actually play with this. You can even change text color, font color. All right, for text, the background, the height, if you are dealing with a lot of images. Okay, so that's basically draw.io. Pretty simple to use. You can create a lot of things with it. You just have to have your idea of what you want and then you start putting things together. So in the event that you want this arrow to be dotted, right, all you need to do is to click on the arrow and then you come here. Right, so we have different arrow types here. Right, so you can just click on the arrow and then come here, you see different arrow line types. All right, okay, so let me show you one thing too with the arrows. Let me bring it back to line. All right, so you could see that this one is a it's a straight line. All right, so in the event that you want it to be a slanted or whatever line, still click on it and then you come here, you can change it to any type of line. So you can change it to this and it will work pretty well for you. All right, so you could see, very simple to use. What I'll urge you to do is try and explore. All right, explore the various um, um, commands here. They have some interesting stuff here that you like to explore. If you want to insert your own arrows, all right, in a shape, you can use some of these, and then you have a nice um, diagram that will look very good in your official document, or if you're the type that works with a manuscript, if you're working on a thesis, right, or for official use, you can easily get your shapes here. Very simple and straightforward. All right. So that's basically what I want to cover here. But there's one last thing I want to show you. So when you finish with your diagram, you have to export it. All right. So to export, you come to File. All right. Then export, you can export it to PNG, JPEG, SVG, and all the other formats. All right. So let's take PNG. Right. So you come here and then you have the zoom percentage. You have some other few things. The only thing I'll encourage you is to increase the zoom percentage. All right. So mostly I do it 500. I don't know if it takes effect, but sometimes a friend said he has been using 1,000. All right. So 1,000%. That means you can zoom as much. But I know definitely the software has a limit. All right. But just put in a higher percentage of zoom so that you have a higher quality image. All right. So you click export. Then it will ask you where you want to export it to. So let me pick this folder and change the name to KOT. Right. So you save it and then you go to KOT. You see it there. Okay. All right. So we have KOT here. All right. So when you open it, you have your diagram that you worked on. Right. So you zoom in, then you see if you've gotten the quality that you need. You could see that it gives you clean, tests and the image when you zoom it in. So always try as much as possible to increase the zoom percentage. So when you zoom, you can still have the resolution intact. All right. Okay. So that's basically what I would like to cover in this video. Thank you for watching. And if you have any question, just leave it in the comment section. I'll link all the sources, including the download link and then the previous video on the type of images. So you have a fair idea of the type of image to save your diagrams to. All right. So don't forget to subscribe and then see you in the next episode.